Good morning, 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 good morning. Good morning, motherfuckers. So, y'all know I got off the internet. I had to take a couple days off, and I know that's not gonna be good for my algorithm, but who gives a shit? So, there is some seasoning for your soul. Yeah, I got a new one. Oh, my bad. Did I say good morning, motherfuckers? I meant to say good morning, mother lovers and father lovers. There's some seasoning for your soul. So I was talking to God, right? And God told me to talk to you guys about being obedient versus being disobedient. See, for me, I'm one of those people that I'm the most obedient, disobedient person you gonna run into in life. Reason being because if you tell me to do something, give a shit about what you tell me to do. I'm gonna do what God told me to do. I'm obedient to God's word. I'm not obedient to man's word. So I'm very disobedient when it comes to what y'all got to say and what y'all got to think and how y'all feel and all that. I don't give a shit about none of that. I am obedient to the Lord's word, which brings me into the first topic of the day. So, there's a video that's trending. A father takes his son to the prom. Now, when this video came out, everybody was in an uproar. Everybody was like, how can I say it? They was like, oh, that's not masculine, and that's like that father caved in, or that father was a weak man, then this, that, and the third. And I'm sitting here, I'm looking at all the stories, and I'm smoking my blunt, and I'm like, why do you care? This is what I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, why do y'all care about what the people? I said, you know what would be funny? It would be funny if that ain't even his son. Now, that would be funny. I was talking to E about it. I said, that would be funny. And so, I ended up getting on a panel where there was, shit, pressure. But anyway, I ended up getting on a panel on Bigo. And they were discussing this very topic. So the answer I had in my head when I first saw the video, and I saw all the different comments and people, what they had to say about these people's personal matter of what they were doing in their home, is why does it matter to you? I get on the panel and I say it. Fuck it. It was a nigga that was going in. He was this, and this, and that man is this, and he let that boy dress like a girl, and this, that, and the third. And I was like, but did you read the story, though? Did you read what the wife had to say about it? Oh, that's what they said. They said it was buck breaking. And I was like, Anywho, I was like, but did you read the story, though? Nobody read the story. They're just going off the viral clip. Right? So, when I said, why does it matter so much to you? Like, why are you so passionate about this? Because it makes black men make us look weak. Like, to who? Like, me being black has nothing to do with the strength that my body possesses. So I hate when I hear niggas be saying that the things that other people do affects them. Nigga, create your own fucking lane. You can do it. Anywho, so he gets into his feelings and he calls me homosexual. Now, when I was younger, I used to get upset with things like that. That used to be like, nigga, you trying to play with me, nigga? Bust you in your motherfucking mouth. And I ain't even smoke weed then. But anywho, he called me homosexual, so I laughed about it. I was like, oh, you in your feelings. Because you want people to be on your side. I don't care about a motherfucker being on my side because I'm being obedient to what God told me to do. And God told me Thou shalt not judge, yet ye be judged. Ye is judging. I don't judge nobody, man. Whatever works for you in your household, works for you in your household. But anywho, he starts to throw ad hominem attacks. Shout out to Anton Daniels. I heard that on one of his. He say ad hominems. I feel educated when I say certain words like that, ad hominems. He started throwing, basically, the nigga started trying to disrespect me. And I was like, brother, why are you so angry? Like, you can't control what other people do. You should just focus on what you do and what you have, how you conduct your business in your household. Like, yes, was the mother wrong for posting that video on there? Yes, she was. But no, she wasn't. She did what the fuck she been doing. Like, that man was cool with that. Why does it matter to you? So he starts doing all this masculinity talk and start trying to call me gay. And I'm just like, no, bro, I just understand. Like, everybody is unique in their own way. This is the kicker for that story. They never announced anything about this young man sexually. Nobody ever said he was gay. He just liked to dress like that. You want to know why they never said anything about him being gay? Because to assume that he's gay, you will be assuming that he is having sex as a minor. And nobody will want you to think about a minor having sex now, would they? So, but it's people out there doing, they low-key saying it without saying it. Anytime somebody talks about your sexual preference, that means they're thinking about you having sex or the lack thereof or whatever. I don't know. But I don't judge people. People do what they do. They was introduced to the game how they was introduced to the game. How can I be mad at the game that you was introduced to is different from the game that I was introduced to? This doesn't make sense. So I gave an example, right? They said that father shouldn't have like took that picture or did all that for that son, which was his stepson that it came out. Said he shouldn't have did none of that, right? I threw one out there. I said, so imagine being a son who's in the NFL, right? And then your daddy get picked up on a RICO case for extortion, muscling people out of money, all that, and he was a rolling 60s Crip. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm throwing up gang signs because I shouldn't be doing it. What if your daddy was Big U? That nigga was super masculine. Super duper masculine, right? Would that be something to be proud of? Because, you know, Big U worships the Crip God. Matter of fact, no. He playing God. He manipulating everybody around him. He using his Rolling 60 Crip moniker to muscle niggas in the streets. He's using the Big U moniker to muscle the industry niggas. But he's just little old Eugene that had to surround himself with people to be a leader. Instead of standing on his own and standing on what was righteous and taking advantage of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm high right now, but the dude was stuck. All he kept on doing, like, I ain't gonna listen to no homosexual man. I was like, okay, you want to keep calling me homosexual. What do you want to talk about that will make sense to you? Matter of fact, I said I'm gonna stop talking. He couldn't talk about anything. So you don't want to pick one of the two. One man trying to be a good man and be a good father, no matter what, supporting his child. He had to go against what he was obedient to. He had to be disobedient to his God to show the love he had for a child. Things to think about. But, you know, carrying on. What most men don't understand is just because someone dresses a certain way, acts a certain way, conducts themselves in a certain manner, you can never put that to what they do sexually, because there's strong black women out here. You know what I'm saying? But they into BDSM. They like to be choked and everything. It was just a story about a woman that just had a husband. I'm gonna talk about that later. We'll get to that another day. But people submit to the things that they admire the most. That means, or the things that they love the most. Sometimes you have to choose between God and your child. Sometimes you have to be disobedient to be obedient. But, you know, it is what it is. But stay tuned. The next thing we're going to be getting into is the Say So P Sauce Walka. Was it a back door? Was it somebody standing on business? Or was it simply a paid hit from anywhere? Stay tuned. Hey, go be great, go be gods and goddesses.